Previously on Dances with Dice. When last we left our heroes, Eisen, the half-elf cleric, Karma, the tiefling wizard, and Emiria, the elven monk, the battle had finally concluded. As the wind and debris settle over the quiet city of Neverwinter, a ritual begins. 3 people, a body, and a hope. What awaits our heroes this week on Dances with Dice.
All right. A quiet settles over the battlefield in the city of Neverwinter. You can all hear a sort of soft general noise about the city as soldiers gather wounded and pile bodies. The general sounds of work kind of around the sort of outskirts of the city where a lot of these meteors had fallen. Emiria and Karma, you are gathered with the High Council of Neverwinter, Tony, Archilarius. All of you guys are just kind of in a little semicircle around Eisen's cold and lifeless form. Redarth circles above and eventually, like, sort of as lightly as an ancient dragon can, but like lightly lands on top of the tower. You see him sort of transform, and he walks down in his more human elven form to meet you guys at the base of the tower. As Amriel also meets you guys there as well, and you're all just kind of in a small circle around the body. Amriel is the last to walk up, and just you hear kind of like a little robotic sigh, kind of like he hears parts shuffling about inside of him as he like kind of kneels down in front of Eisen.
Karma rushes up, kneeling down like really, really quickly. And she's like rummaging through her bag, and she like very hastily pulls out the diamonds that she has. I listened to a few episodes ago, and I had stated in my notes that I had diamonds, and I double checked, and I do. I don't know. I need to double check my notes to see the worth. I had just written down 3 diamonds.
You guys, if I'm remembering correctly, you'd bought diamonds in preparation for
this scenario.
This sort of scenario.
And she like hastily pulls them out, and like she's like shaking as she holds them out to Amriel. Well, I wanted to say Emiria.
You just butchered the 2 of our names together.
It's my favorite bro TP. It's my robot bro TP. It's like Pet Boys.
Fuck off.
Except Pet Boys is forever.
Is the forever OTP, and this is the
Karma,
new one.
Karma has been so conflicted recently because now all of her fan fiction is for naught.
It's like, oh no, I've ruined my own fan fiction. Damn it, me.
Damn it, me. But she's like calling out. She's shaking. She's like, it's not too late, right? It's you can do something, right? This is what you do.
Amriel takes the diamond from your hand. He puts one hand over yours, like to sort of stop the shaking. Just nods to you very solemnly. Takes the diamond, places it in the center of Eisen's chest, and he begins casting a spell. You watch as a soft gold glow kind of ekes out from around his hands, as you watch the diamond become suffused with light, shining this beautiful iridescent beam, kind of covering Eisen in this like shining diamondy light that kind of dances across his still form. And Amriel looks at everyone gathered and says, "It is time to begin the resurrection ritual. Who would like to make the first offering?" And he looks to the gathered masses.
Karma's gonna look at Amiria and kind of shakily hold out her hand like she wants to hold Amiria to come over and please hold hand. Please come hold my hand. Get over here, you bitch. Hold my hand.
I grab Karma's hand.
And she yanks you down so that she yanks Amiria down so that she's sitting next to her and stuff.
Cool, great, thanks.
She leans over. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Amiria is so calm right now. Elves are just I don't know how long you fuckers live.
You say that, it's like she's keeping a straight face, but inside it's like the hamster wheel in her head is turning, and it's just, there's no hamster, it's just spinning. God.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Slightly.
Good lord.
Alex is enjoying his own funeral.
Well, he needs to be a quieter corpse, so I don't lose my train of focus.
Morgan says be a quieter corpse.
Amriel turns to you, Amiria, and just nods.
Alright. I, rub my hands together like I've got something planned, and I kind of lean over Eisen's body, face above his face. Not don't make it weird. Not
don't make it straight.
Smooching distance. Yeah, don't make it straight.
We would never.
We'd never.
We would never make anything straight if we could avoid it.
So Amiria pulls back one of her hands, winding up, and then slaps Eisen across the face.
Okay.
Did you say anything else?
Yes, of course I say something else. What kind of shitty sailor are you? Get your ass up, the work's not done.
Okay.
Amiria's so good with people. I have a +0 to charisma. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I did. Please roll me. Roll me an attack, just an unarmed strike first. It will hit, so just roll the damage.
Roll the damage.
Just roll the damage. Actually, roll the hit to see if you nat 20 it, but you're gonna hit regardless. It's a corpse.
I rolled a 16, so
okay,
no, I did not.
Just roll damage.
Crit.
She's just more dead now.
The corpse has a black eye.
6 + 5, 11.
11. Okay.
Hella dead now.
Roll me intimidation or persuasion of your choice.
Ooh, it's gonna be persuasion then.
Okay.
Wait, what about, do you play by the rule of intimidation? You can add your strength instead of charisma?
That doesn't help me very much.
Oh, you're Dexy, not strong.
Yeah.
Oops.
She got
okay, that's gonna be a 15.
A 15. Okay. You watch as the diamond and the gold light sort of pulses slowly, and you can feel a warmth radiating off of the spell that wasn't necessarily there before. It feels positive. Also, I'll remind both of you that you do still have your inspiration that allows you to re-roll a die.
Sweet. I think Amiria realizes what she just did and kind of awkwardly glances around to see if anyone's looking at her like she's actually insane.
Everyone's kind of in their own little moment, but you look over and you see Radarth. You see him kind of chuckling a little bit.
My dude.
Everyone's very much in their own little private bubble of mourning at this point.
Sweet. All right.
Have
fun, Karma.
Amriel turns to you, Carmen, and is like,
"Would you like to make the second offering?"
There's only 2, yeah?
3.
Oh, 3. Oh.
An NPC will make an offering.
Django, are you going to make an offering? Meow. Boots just comes up.
Django misses Meat Man.
Bring back Meat Man. He
Say,
give meat.
Why Meat Man dead? I need meat.
I need meat from Meat Man. Double check something. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, Karma will go. Karma kind of like shakily, like kind of leans forward. She reaches out and she kind of takes Eisen's dead, cold, dead, horribly dead hand.
God.
How many ways can you say dead?
I'm just trying to remind Alex what he did. And what he did so willingly and so excitedly. She takes his hand, his horribly dead hand. See, now we're all laughing, and this is put the fun in funeral.
Well, I'm confused as why you're surprised. This is perfectly in character for him.
This is perfectly in character for him to be dead. A dead man.
This stupid dead man.
This stupid dead man.
Why are you so stupid and dead?
Why are you so stupid and dead?
In that order.
What? Hannah just stalling for time? Even though I literally thought about this for a while. I was like, okay, what's Karma gonna do?
Well, whatever you're gonna do it.
Yeah. She takes a breath.
When all of this started, Eisen, I fucking hated you. I hated your fucking guts. In fact, if this had happened, however long ago it was, I'm not sure what our timeline is, I'd have let you lay here. I would have let you lay here. I'd have let you stay here, right like this. But despite my ability to see the future, I did not expect this.
And she puts a kiss on the back of his dead, cold, dead hand. The brand. See, Alex laughing.
It was
As he should be.
It was a beautiful moment, and then it's just like you had to remind us of how
What
dead
do you,
he was.
What do you expect from me? I can't do emotions
What is
without
this?
making.
What is this? A fucking
I
Marvel
cope-
movie?
I cope with humor. I'm not going to say it right now because you have to be alive. You have to be alive for it. So if you want to hear it, you have to fucking wake up. You once told me a long time ago, well, maybe not too long, that we can't just escape our problems. We can't run away from them. And you told me that there better be a tomorrow. That I'd better stay here and not go anywhere. So, Eisen, there better be a tomorrow. Because I don't want to wake up in a world where you are not here. She's done.
All right, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Swag. That's how I respond to death. Swag.
He's dead. Swagalicious, bro.
God.
With advantage?
With advantage, yes.
I
And
rolled
you do have inspiration to re-roll a die if you want to.
15 plus 1, so 16.
16?
If I'm doing persuasion, because I also have shit charisma. The one with charisma's dead.
It's true. You killed your talker.
We killed the man who does the words. No, wait, no, he did this to himself.
He killed the one who did the words.
The man who did the words killed the one who did the words. Motherfucker.
Why, word man?
Whoa.
Why you do? Karma, with that, like as your lips leave the back of his hand, you feel sort of a slight warmth emanating. The pulsing of the diamond becomes a little faster, and there's a freshness to the breeze, almost like the sea air blowing in, a fresh, warm, welcoming breeze. Amriel turns to the rest of the group, and Archilarius walks forward. He kneels down next to you, Karma, and kind of pulls you into a little bit of a side hug. And looks at you, Eisen. Takes a moment. It's like, listen here, you son of a bitch. I have a long bit of my life left to outshine the fuck out of you, and I can't do it if you're fucking dead. Wake your fucking ass up. We have things to do.
This is our method of trying to get Eisen up. Is just
We all have the same
get
tactic.
Get your ass up, you stupid piece of shit. We love you. Mwah.
Wake up, you son of a bitch.
Wake up, you stupid slut.
I mean, it is all very fitting. It's hilarious.
It's exactly what Eisen would do if one of us was dead, though,
All
to
right.
be honest. Eisen would be like, get the fuck up, you idiot. Dumb bitch.
All right, he'll do okay. Okay. Ooh, good for him. All right.
He failed. That's why he's so excited.
You watch all of these.
Oh.
That was the digital dice blowing away.
Okay. I thought you'd added music.
No. You watch as this glow sort of picks up its final speed. It's now almost beating. It's like pulsing at the same beat of a heartbeat at this point. And Eisen's entire form is almost fully encapsulated in this golden ethereal light. It's almost a little difficult to look at. It's so bright. Amriel turns to all of you and says,
By the grace of whatever gods remain, let us hope they have listened.
You all stand there. A minute passes, 2 minutes pass, 3 minutes pass, 4 minutes pass. And you watch as this glow that was beating at the same rate of a heart starts to fade. And you watch as the diamond cracks and shatters into dust. And as that happens, you feel that warm breeze that was there ebb out. And in that moment, Eisen, you awake.
And you're played by Zach now.
You awake, resurrected. The last thing you remember is just what felt like your head splitting open, and you awake on the ground, all of your friends and allies surrounding you. But you are alive.
It's kind of, he's like looking around.
Oh yeah, you
After-
also have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay. Can we remove the dead from my character sheet?
You're good. You're
No.
good. Refresh it.
This is
I've
who you are now. Accept your identity.
resurrected you. You're fine.
Was that too loud? Sorry, I was like trying to do he's just like all of a sudden like
No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I can work with it.
okay, we'll figure it out. It's just after because you said the last thing he remembers is like
You basically the last
head
memory you
splitting
have
open,
is
so he's-
basically your brain melting as you
Yeah.
died.
So he
Cool.
wakes up screaming, I would assume. And then he stops, or kind of like stops and looks around, just like,
Karma's frozen. Just like... She reaches out and she pokes him in the face just to make sure that he is flesh and not zombie.
It hurts.
He's dead. I killed him again with my finger.
Eisen, your entire body is basically like, if you can imagine like a full body soreness, and then you go and do like a full body workout on top of that. So it's like just like that deep in your bones sort of ache.
It's leg day all over your body.
Karma pokes him in the face, and does 1 point of non-lethal damage, knocking him out again.
And he's dead.
As Karma does that, Amriel is going to cast Heal on you. So you gain 100 hit points back.
I just imagine like what like the light, like, because I don't know, some sort of cool way that this happens.
He just kind of puts his hand on your chest, and then you watch like the diamond dust sort of like infuse itself into your body a little bit, and you like take a deep breath, and it's like, oh, it doesn't hurt to breathe anymore. Like everything still hurts, but like, hey, my organs don't hurt anymore. That's a plus. It doesn't hurt to be alive, and that's where you're at.
Karma takes Amiria's hand and makes Amiria poke him to make sure, double sure.
Welcome back. You were dead.
I swear to God. It's good to be back. As he's just like, I feel like he's just like sitting, like he wanted to get angry, and like they're sitting here just like poking him in the face like repeatedly, and he just like takes a breath, and he's just like realizes like, okay, this is home. This is good. Things are good. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Karma immediately like starts now that the moment of shock has worn off and he's talking. So Karma immediately just sobbing, and she just like tackles him into like a big ol' heckin' hug. And now he's lost 100 hit points and he's dead again.
Because of all that strength you have.
I'm just so buff.
You with your +1 strength.
My brain is buff.
Oh God, could you?
No.
No. It hurts.
No, I don't care.
God damn it, it hurts.
I don't care.
It's good to see you.
As this happens, as all of this happens, Eisen, Lady Andromeda walks up to you, kind of kneels down in front of you, and she pulls out that medal from oh so long ago, pins it to your chest.
No, because Karma's in the way. You assume Karma's let go. She hasn't.
Yeah.
Karma's like a leech.
Karma is turtling right now.
Okay.
She is koalawing.
Koala.
Yeah, turtle is when you're on the back. Koalawing is when you're on the front.
No, koala's on the back. Turtle's the front.
No, turtle because of shell.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And koalas have the little pouch where they cling to the little bean, I think.
That's kangaroos.
No.
She's like koalaing.
No, I'm not wrong.
In, like,
Morgan, koalas have pouches, right?
Koalawing to the tree. Koalas are marsupials.
Yes.
Yes. Koalas are marsupials. They have pouches.
Okay.
Why the fuck would you ask me that? Do I look like some kind of biologist?
You're a scientist.
Remember,
Oh, I fucking hate biology, though.
yeah.
I don't know dick about animals.
Remember,
Fuck
all
life.
Remember, all science is the same, guys. Don't lean too much into that one.
Fuck life.
I will kill you for suggesting that all science is the same.
All science is obviously the same. If you can do biology, you
Morgan-
can do quantum physics.
Morgan, you really need to watch Dr. Stone.
If there's
You're basically
if there is
Senku.
anyone listening to this podcast and they're a biochemist, fuck you, fuck your mom, I hate you. That's how different sciences are.
Morgan, I need you to watch Dr. Stone and then come back because you are
right
you're
now.
you're Senku. You are
Please.
literally
Well-
you sound like Senku.
Please leave the
Guess
recording.
I'm leaving the call to go
Yeah, leave the
watch
call
some
now.
anime.
Go
Bye,
watch
guys.
anime.
We will wait.
Yeah, we'll wait the 8 to 12 hours it's going to take to finish the first season.
But yeah, you
All right.
assume
Goodbye,
Karma's
everyone.
moved to even welcome this Andy person's approach because she hasn't.
Okay.
She is fucking latched on. She's not moving.
Okay.
Unless you talk to her, you can ask.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna be peeling Karma off because Andromeda clearly wants something.
It's like, no, he's mine.
Save it for later, kid.
So Andromeda walks up and she kind of pats you on the shoulder, Karma, as you've been pulled off for the moment, and she kneels down in front of Eisen.
It's such a good image of her peeling Karma off.
She kneels down in front of you, Eisen, and it's like, and she takes this metal, pins it to your cloak, kind of taps it once, and she looks at you and smiles, and you can see like a slash like down her eye, like she was obviously in the middle of the fighting, but she looks at you and is like, I think you've earned it. She just gets up, stands back, and walks away.
You don't get to refuse this time. Isa just kind of looks and, like he's gives like a smiling kind of nod, like, yeah.
Karma looks at Emiria.
What are we, chopped liver? Do I have to die to get a piece of metal all around?
I mean, we can try it. I can kill you right now.
Oh my god, yes!
It's like
That would-
looking at Amriel and all his diamonds. It's like, me next. We can
Amiri's
resurrect
making a
for
face
free.
at Karma like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That would piss Quinn off so much.
No!
Tony from the corner. I think he's already pissed off. We kind of murdered his entire army.
Wait, yeah, what happened? Pardon me for not being alive.
Karma's like going through the memory of it, since like one of the last things he did was like look at her and then say, or at least mouth, I'm sorry.
You kind of exploded yourself a little bit. Sort of. I don't know. It looked like that. You made rocks, things. You made stuff come from the sky. And it kind of backfired on you at the same time.
Tony looks at you guys and it's like, well, we know for sure what the Philosopher's Stone does, and the answer is, Big Boom kills user. Maybe we keep that one in the back pocket for a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe Eisen isn't allowed to carry it until he can prove that he's responsible.
We'll make him take care of a dog.
No, I don't trust him with animals.
Thought you just said you weren't a biologist.
I know enough. I don't need to know a lot about animals to know I don't fucking trust Eisen with them.
Give him a pet rock. Give him a chia plant.
Would you hand that man a baby? Look at him. Look at him.
I'd let him
I
look at it.
know.
I'd let him look at a baby.
Would you let him hold one?
Karma like
I'm
looks
start-
at
I'm-
Eisen
I'm
and then looks at Amiria. I don't think I'm the person that you
I'm-
should ask that
I'm
question.
starting to regret coming back to life.
I don't think I'm the person
Are-
you should ask about whether or not I'd hand Eisen a baby.
Archelaus walks up to you. It's like, yeah, life sucks and then you die. Welcome back, and he reaches a
Is
hand
that your
out to like
accent?
pull you to your feet.
Grabs his hand and stands back up. Oh, am I conscious of any of the things that people were saying?
No, you wouldn't be conscious of anything that was happening like while you were dead. But Eisen, roll me a.
You're exhausted, by the way.
You are exhausted, so this is with disadvantage. So
He switches his dice.
roll me just a straight intelligence.
Oh no, wait, he
check.
just got another one. Disadvantage on ability checks.
That's a nat one.
Oof. So yeah, it's just a straight one.
What's my name?
You
Who am I?
you try to think back to like you have like an echo of a memory of something when you were dead. It feels like a dream, but you knew you were somewhere. And then like you try to think about it for a second, and then just a splitting migraine overtakes you. It's just like, ooh, no, that was a bad idea. We're not thinking about anything for a while.
Eisen also like doesn't really know how to handle the whole like everybody being like
very
Emotional.
obviously worried about you.
Yeah, like, he doesn't know what to do. He's kind of like, I'm not good at this. What? Can we just move on? I need a nap. He's kind of like looking very just like overwhelmed, not knowing what to do. Like he's a bit.
Karma's gonna get out of like I don't know if Miri was holding on to her or not. But she's gonna get
Yeah,
up
probably
and-
still was, just to keep you from interrupting shit.
But she's gonna wiggle her way up and she's gonna stand up and she's gonna take Eisen's hand.
Then let's go home.
Everyone kind of nods with that thought, and they start to sort of disperse throughout the city. Tony comes along with you guys. Archilarius returns to his ship.
Karma grabs Amiria's hand too. And Amiria obviously grabs Draft's hand. And we're all holding hands. It's fine.
Amriel follows you guys back to the tipsy table.
Oh, Draft grabs Amriel's hand.
Draft was not there at that
Oh,
point.
that's
She's not
right.
with us.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Draft no fight.
Draft is not there. You guys make your way through portions of the very wrecked city. It's not as bad as you thought it might have been, given the size of the army that was assaulting the city. But there's probably a good 6 months worth of work to get the city back to where it was, but could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. As you make your way to the tipsy table, you see that part of the roof at the tipsy table is collapsed, and part of Draft's tower has also been like damaged by some sort of attack. And before like anyone can panic, you see Draft sitting on the front porch with Boots, just kind of petting her kitty familiar. Amiria, you notice that like part of her, like she's wearing more battle garb sort of thing. She's got like, like some padded armor on, and she's changed out of a dress into like some like pants, boots, and a shirt. She's got a cut over her left eye,
All these bitches with cuts on their eyes.
and like her hands are kind of like sooty and black from probably like the spell she's been casting. And as soon as she sees all of you, she runs up to all of you with like a very tired but happy smile on her face. And she looks at all of you. It's like, oh, good. Everybody lived. Yay. I'm sorry about the tavern, but it's mostly standing. She kind of gives like a thumbs up, and then walks over to you, Amiria, and just pulls you into like a very deep kiss.
Oh, sweet.
It's like, thank you for not dying. I like you a lot.
You're welcome.
At the thank you for not dying, Eisen kind of looks over and is just like,
Karma looks at him and frowns.
One job. You couldn't even do that.
you had one job, sir.
She kept up her end of the bargain. He told her to not die, and she kept up her end of the bargain. Motherfucker.
This is where the relationship implodes. It's like, that's the first. There's the first fight. It's like, you said.
You piece of shit.
Amriel kind of turns to all of you. It's like,
Well, it has been, I believe, as humans would say, a hell of a day. I think
That is what they'd say.
I think it is time for some rest,
looks over at Eisen.
especially you.
Thanks.
You did die. I am merely helping you recover as quickly as possible.
And then at like the words like, you did die, Draft turns to you as like, you died?
Just kind of like tries to like does the hand over his head, like face, like look away, like, oh, I don't want to deal with this.
He did. What an asshole.
What a dick!
And so like she walks over to you, Eyes, and like kind of like starts like hands like just kind of out, like she wants to like do this, like probably shouldn't touch someone who's probably very injured, but it's like, and eventually she just kind of settles on like, I'm glad you're all right. Don't.
Yeah, that
don't-
makes one of us.
Don't do it again. Just like trying to scold you, like, don't do it again. I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna go.
I
figure
will
it out.
do my best.
Thank you. And she grabs Draft Draft grabs Amiria by the hand and like drags her into the tower. Like,
Bye, guys.
Wink.
Just like a little wave.
bye.
Amiria's like,
Is she gonna get
like,
a
turns
scolding
around,
or-
turns around while being dragged away, like, bye. Like,
Karma's like pointing at Amira, like mouthing, "Do you need help? Are you okay?
I mouth back. Fuck no.
Oh, okay." Gives the okay sign.
Amriel leaves, goes into the tavern to just kind of like rest and relax, leaving Eisen and Karma to your own designs.
Gross.
Slap.
the fuck?
Bitch.
Eisen's just
Goes
standing,
and dies.
Eisen's just standing there with like mouth open, like,
Karma's going inside the house. She's getting inside the table. Now she's awkward. Now there's no threat of death. Shit.
It's like, oh no, I have to confront my feelings.
Eisen just
Wasn't there a future forward bit the DM wanted to do? Fuck.
Wait, so she just slapped me, said a bunch of almost
She-
incomprehensible.
Well, she more than like not slapped his face, but she like slapped his arm, then said "bitch," and then went inside.
Oh God.
Karma knows how to convey things.
Eisen actually kind of like sits there and like stops for just kind of like thinks and like actually like a smile kind of comes over his face because by this point he knows that none of that's real and it's just her being her awkward self.
Aw, he knows her.
And at first he was like, "What the?" And then he's just like, it was almost kind of like a slight realization of things are gonna be okay.
Oh.
And he follows her in.
The inside of the tavern is fairly normal. Nothing out of place. Again, the roof is slightly collapsed, but even at the moment, Barry is already like at work, like slightly repairing it. She's like, "Motherfucker army's coming in and break my shit."
Bodies everywhere because Barry just murdered so many
Yeah,
fucking
his
people.
his white like
Apron.
owl hands are like
Oh.
stained red. Just like
He just killed.
Good
so-
lord.
we look in the backyard and there's just piles of bodies.
so I'm coming in trying to break my house. I'm happy.
Unhappy.
That's the real reason why his brother wanted us to hire me. He's like, you guys need some fucking muscle, you weaklings.
No, he's like, this man is a killing machine. Get him out of my house.
He's killed the last 4 patrons that didn't pay. I can't afford the guards coming down on me. Wait, I know. Eisen's an idiot. He'll take anything.
Take this big bird.
Take the murder bird.
Murder bird. Cat, meanwhile, is just like, yeah, thumbs up. Catherine, the blue jay maid.
Cat sitting on his shoulder, also covered head to toe in blood.
She's like, yeah. Thumbs up still, just but with a knife. Hi, Catherine. How are you today? I love you.
I love that for her.
Love that for her. Have you been watching Schitt's Creek?
Yeah.
Eisen,
Hell
are
yeah.
you following Karma just basically wherever she's going, or are you just going to your room to sleep off the death?
Sleep off the death. How? Yeah. I think
Karma like immediately went in and like she was looking around and she was just like saw Barry and she was just like, and now she's just like brain is doing think stuff and she's just like and she's like reviewing all of her decisions that day and she's like
The hamster is like spinning into overdrive and like has now fallen and the wheel is just going and the hamster's holding on for dear life.
Like it's become a perpetual motion machine. The
Yeah.
hamster
Yeah.
can't stop it. It's like a runaway diesel engine.
Yeah, and as much as a gray tiefling can be blushing, that's what she's doing. She's just like sitting there with her hands like this, like listeners can't see it, but it's like hands together right in front of her lips, like the revealing her
Like
decisions.
the getting the
Aizen's-
robot Shinji
Aizen's
pose.
gonna
Yes.
Aizen's gonna put a hand on her shoulder.
Hi.
And before that, like, he's gonna kiss her on the cheek. Let's go to bed.
Okay.
And the two of you make your way upstairs. Find one of your rooms to lie in.
And Aizen passes the fuck out before anything
So does
happens.
Karma.
And
So does Karma. Karma's not doing shit.
and
We
sleep.
both
Karma
just
knows
pass the
things about
fuck
him,
out.
and that makes her nervous as fuck.
And
He revealed
Sucks for you
the
guys. I'm getting laid.
yeah,
He revealed things about himself to Karma that Karma was not aware of, and now Karma knows about his status of things happening behind closed doors, and she's like, "Oh no, I can't." Just like the. So now she's just like, "I am a chaste maiden.
I've never
I
had sex
don't know
in my life.
What is that? I've never heard of that. What is that? What? So now that's the extent of her status right now.
Just stiff as a board in bed.
Stiff as a book. She just lays there. Yep, this is how babies are made. By laying here and doing absolutely nothing.
We are the best.
Sleep comes very easily. It's late in the day at this point. The battle had been raging all afternoon and into the evening, so both of you are able to sleep without much issue. Amiria,
Karma snores.
Amiria,
I have a point of exhaustion. I don't wake up.
yeah, no, you're out. Amiria, Draft spends a good chunk of like the first like 15 or 20 minutes that you guys are together, like.
Getting
She gets
down.
out like bandages
Stop it.
and bandages and like salves and potions to like kind of patch you up, make sure you're doing okay. She's like doddering over you, like just walking back and forth. Her mouth doesn't stop. It's just talking about nonsense. And you can kind of tell like this is probably the first like real fight she's ever been in. She doesn't really know anything. Like the adrenaline is just like slowly working its way out of her, and then like finally at one point she just kind of like sits down on the bed next to you, and then like just collapses and leans into your shoulders. Like, is this what it's always like when you're done with a fight? 'Cause I don't like being this tired.
I mean, it's not usually this bad.
Okay.
I mean, this is the first time Aizen's died, so
That honestly surprises me. He seems like the kind of
Same.
person to do it a lot.
you would think.
Yeah. Hey. And like
Hmm.
she's like laying down and like kind of like pulling you down with her so you guys can like start to like sleep. It's like, if I haven't said it yet, I love you. And then you like in the next minute, like before you can respond, you like just hear like soft like little like soft snoring as she falls asleep. And like Boots hops up and like kind of like lays on your chest and just starts purring.
Amiria's just gonna lay there for like a solid hour, eyes wide open, just having a crisis.
It's like, oh no, where's the fantasy U-Haul? The night passes without incident. You guys are able to get a good, very easy night's, as easy as, a battle to destroy the city can be, but a fairly easy night's rest. Eisen.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
He was trying to see something.
What do you want?
Why you-
I'm Batman.
Where the drugs?
No. You're not changing characters 3 years in here.
I had a near-death experience. I'm allowed to do what I want.
Eisen. Your evening passes completely without incident.
No one gets pregnant.
No one gets pregnant from the magic of sleeping next to each other, fully clothed.
What? That's not what the Bible told me.
If you have sex, you will get pregnant and die.
Eisen, roll me one more intelligence check, please. Still a disadvantage because you're still technically exhausted. You're only halfway through your evening.
Then 12.
12. You finally, as you sleep, you're finally able to grasp at the memory that you had when you had passed. And you remember going through that white space, that building, that sort of physical representation of everyone's memories with the giant round table where you guys
Like the thing when we were in the timey.
when you were in the
time room.
when you were in the time bubble, when you were in the white space with the castle in the clouds, where you've spoken with Mikhail before, but you push through a door that you didn't know existed before, and you walk into a giant, and all you can see is a giant pantheon, almost like a senate sort of building, white pillars of marble, gigantic steps, a huge fountain in the center, and everything is massive. The fountain is the size of the tipsy table, and everything is quadruple or quintuple the size of a normal human. And then just as you're starting to kind of grasp where the fuck am I, you hear in the back of your mind,
Oh no.
I'll remember this, you son of a bitch. And the memory fades, and you wake up the next morning.
The fuck?
I'm back to sleep.
How did this happen? No,
Go back to sleep.
just Karma, Karma's hand just does the whole when a mom's in a car, or you're when I don't know. I've had this
Oh no!
experience
Yeah,
where-
when the
where
mom's driving
when-
and you're in the passenger seat.
and they hold you but imagine that two people lying next to each other, and her arm just comes over, grabs my face, and just pushes me back down.
pushes him back the fuck down.
Yeah.
She's oh, go back to
No,
sleep.
and she grabs his head, and she's now he's just a teddy bear, and she's back to sleep.
Your point of exhaustion is now gone. And
Eisen just kind of lies there, not really going back to sleep, just kind of, when you wake up and you just kind of lie there pondering.
just contemplating.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's doing.
And you do recognize the voice. It was definitely Mikhail.
Wait,
Mikhail
Mikhail or because that almost sounded like Thorfinn Mikhail.
No. That was Mikhail.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You recognize
I mean, they're
Mikhail's
basically the
voice.
same person at this point. So it's anything Mikhail
I didn't know
does.
who was talking. 'Cause
Thorfinn-
it was hard to tell.
Yeah. They're basically the same person at this point. They have the same motives, and they communicate with each other, and they're within each other's heads. So, as far as I'm concerned.
So yeah, that's the, and you can that memory is still very fresh in your mind, and since more and more of this mental palace has been constructed, you're recognizing more and more bits and pieces of things, but that's the first new thing you've seen in a long, long time.
Cool.
The morning comes. Everybody wakes up without much incident. Amiria Draft wakes up long before you. She has a 5 a.m. alarm clock on the dot. Did you get any
Good
sleep
Lord.
last night, or did you just lie awake all evening?
Definitely a good portion of the night,
Okay.
but definitely got enough sleep to not be exhausted.
Enough
Can
for
I
a
pull
long
that
rest.
card?
Gotcha.
Yes.
So Draft wakes up very early. You find a cup of coffee on the bedside table when you wake up. You can
God
hear
bless.
her. You can hear her kind of like puttering around, like in the upper broken part where where you know her lab to be. Sounds like from what it sounds like she's like magicking stuff back into place and kind of reconstructing her tower a bit. Everyone, you guys can all hear like the hustle and bustle of the tavern. It sounds like people are still working on fixing things, and you hear both the normal sounds of the tavern in the morning and also like construction sounds and stuff like that. But all of you wake up without much incident. What would you like to do?
Well, apparently I have a koala attached to my face, so I'm just lying there.
Karma's asleep. Unless you say, like, Karma's woken, in which case it's probably a couple hours later.
It's definitely, when this first wake up occurs, it's definitely early in the morning, like 6, 7 in the morning.
Karma's fucking asleep. There's no fucking way Karma's awake at 6 or 7 in the morning. Also, they are most definitely in Karma's bed because, like hell, Karma was going to let him sleep in a non-lead-lined bed after dying. Like hell, she was going to risk him getting seen.
Okay.
No, they are definitely in Karma's
Apparently
bed.
it doesn't protect my dreams.
That spell is not a divination spell.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Lead only goes so far, said the pencil.
How fucking dare you?
I mean, who's to say that it saw you? Maybe it sent a little message.
Amiri, what do you do? Are you just kind of staying in bed? You getting up and about? What are you looking to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and help either Draft with the roof, lifting things and such, or various other
Okay, so
fixing the fucking tavern.
okay,
It's like hell she's going to check on the...
so
weirdos.
yeah, no way she's
I
checking.
know
I don't-
you're together.
She's like, I don't want to subject
God.
myself to that and see an ass.
Yeah.
She's seen enough of Eisen's ass for a
I've
lifetime
seen
on the
Eisen's-
ship.
I changed his diapers.
I don't.
But you met him, like, when he was 18. Yeah, I know. I know what I said.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Amiri, would you rather help Draft, or would you rather help Barry?
You're pitting me, making me choose between my two great loves of this tavern, which is my wonderful girlfriend, obviously, and Barry, who's just great.
And the big buff owl man.
Oh, God damn it.
Your girlfriend did tell you that she loved you last night right before falling asleep.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, I should probably go that. And Barry probably doesn't need help lifting things. Let's be honest.
He's you hear like even like through the stone walls of the tower, you hear like a crashing sounds like oh, son of a bitch.
God, I love him so much. All right, I'm gonna help Draft.
Okay. You walk up the stairs and she's like kind of like magicking stones back into place. Like she's basically got like the tower kind of reconstructed, but like there's tables turned over, there's broken glass. Like part of her alchemy set is very clearly just busted. She'll have to buy another one. But basically it's really just sort of general cleanup. Like this will make no sense to anyone who doesn't live in California, but it's like it's got a feel of very much like post real earthquake. Like stuff's knocked over, stuff's knocked over and such, but nothing's really super destroyed.
Cool.
As you walk in, she like sees you and smiles like, "Oh, how'd you sleep?"
Good. Can I give you a hand?
Absolutely. And she kind of like just hands you a broom and a bucket to like start sweeping stuff up as she's goes back to like maneuvering the stones and like the larger stones into place, and Boots is like just hanging off her shoulders, just like purring, just kind of chilling there, being a shoulder cat.
Fuck yeah.
Work goes on for about like 5 or 10 minutes. In a comfortable silence. And she fits like kind of like the last stone in place, and she goes over to like help you pick stuff up, and she looks at you. She like kind of like stops for a moment, like takes a breath, and is like, it's totally okay for you not to say it back. I realized I just kind of sprung that on you last night, right after we all almost died. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking. And she like kind of
No,
walks off to a
no.
corner.
Wait, I grab her shoulder before she walks off.
And she
It's
turns.
not-
She turns to you. She's not meeting your eyes at all. But she's like, you can tell she's blushing very hard.
Amiria is also. It's not you, and it wasn't that you did something wrong. It's me. Give me some time. Is that okay? Is that too much to ask?
No. Of course not. Of course. I realized yesterday as this is gonna sound really bad for like what is very clearly a romantic moment, but I'm just gonna say I realized as I watched Barry tear someone in half yesterday that I really shouldn't leave things unsaid because life is short, and oh my god, that was gruesome.
Gruesome, but that sounds also fucking incredible.
Yeah, it was like kind of cool in a very awful way, and I realized that yeah, I shouldn't not tell people things anymore. So I've said it, and take all the time in the world that you need. And she like gives you like a little soft kiss and goes back to cleaning. But the air is where there was tension. There's now like the air is definitely like lighter and cleared within the tower.
Woohoo!
We stand that healthy saying, "Hey, take your time. I'm not mad at you."
Fuck
for
yeah.
not-" We stand that healthy mindset and that healthy relationship.
The only healthy relationships in D&D are between player characters.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, no one has a healthy relationship with their parents in these fucking games. Because why would you be adventurers otherwise?
My
Yep.
parents are alive, so
They're alive, but you don't have.
I'm not saying anything else.
You don't have a healthy relationship with them.
Eisen, can Eisen peel Karma off without her waking up?
You can try.
Dex check.
Would this be competing?
Perception
Passed out.
against perception, but you are asleep, so perception at disadvantage.
Okay.
Passive perception. Right?
Her passive passive perception. Yeah. So you got to beat a 13.
19?
13. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're able to kind of like do like the hug and roll and like just kind of like.
Oh my god. Cannot believe you.
The hug and roll.
Do the hug and roll.
Can't believe you made a big. No,
That's friends.
Friends.
That's
what it
old.
Is.
That is old, is what it is, folks.
I'm exposing Zach right now. He used to be a huge fan of Friends. He had like all the seasons.
I did.
Home.
I had the master collection
He
when
had
they
the master-
Are they
first.
doing like a re?
We're fucking millennials. Why is that so weird to you?
Because he kept this from me for many moons, and then I had to find out through looking through a cabinet, looking for something else at his parents' house, and I found that, and I was like, Zachary, why is this here? And he had to reveal his deep dark secret to me.
Okay, so Eisen,
You've peeled her off.
Eisen peels Karma off,
We're just gonna bowl through that one.
and do I see anything to write with?
Yeah, there's like parchment and pens about. She's a wizard. She has writing utensils.
He just writes a note that says, "Went for a walk," and just signs it Eisen with a heart, so she knows I'm not like.
Not running away.
Yeah, I'm just like. He
Just going to clear your head.
Yeah, he's going, and well, he also like taken just a walk around the city to see what, because he's been dead. He needs to
For like 5 minutes.
he needs to walk around. He needs to just clear his head,
Okay.
look at things. Maybe I don't know. Depending on what he sees, he might do things. We'll see.
Okay. As you exit, Barry gives you a little salute. Tells you it's like as you're leaving, it's just like, don't look in the backyard. Still Barry got some cleaning to do.
Eisen kind
All
of
his-
gives him that
Oh my God.
like side eye, like okay, like
All-
in his head he's just like he knows like that like he's like what the, but he knows to just like what Barry says.
his
you just do it.
his owl paws are like
Yeah.
still very red, And like you kind of like make that connection.
You're just like, he's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah,
Yes, Karma?
you do you, Barry. Like,
All the brothel workers from the brothel in the back are just like hella cash disposing of the bodies. They're just like, this is what we do. This is how we roll. They're like, just no big deal. Like, da da da.
It's like
da,
our
da.
backyard is now a mass grave.
Some of them are covered in like cuts and scars because they were fighting too. They're like, do 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 do.
that's a-
They're
that-
throwing it into a fire pit and just making mulch.
That's a one there's a one shot idea right there. The one shot is the battle for the tipsy table. You guys will all play.
We'll all be playing prostitutes.
Oh my god, can Kat come play with us?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Yeah, we'll put
God
that
damn it.
together.
I almost like.
That's
spewed
what Catherine the Blue
drink
Jay was
everywhere.
doing. She was leading the army of prostitutes.
Yes,
Oh my god.
I'll put that. We'll put that one shot together. That can be like a live stream or something.
Tipsy
We'll
table brothel.
the battle of the tipsy table. There's
battle.
there's a one shot. Mark your calendars, folks. We'll do that at some point.
Catherine listening to this like, oh hell yeah.
So, Eisen, you walk the city. It's quiet. It's still early morning, so people really. It seems like the city itself is doing the same thing that you were doing, which is like everyone is just taking a big, deep fucking breath, just like, holy shit, we survived. Now that's just the general air of the city. And you walk through the town, and there's like, again, your section wasn't super hit, but as you get towards more of the outskirts, like the areas of the walls that you were defending, you see more broken buildings. Entire blocks are kind of just piles of rubble. No one's really out and about. It seems like the one thing that was put into effect, like as you walk deeper into the city, you see like large, like sort of like tent camps set up, and like refugee areas for people, as like everyone's like trying to sort out what's happening and putting everyone's lives back together. And then at some point you hear like a little soft whistle, and you see up perched on like a gargoyle about 20 feet up, you see Ramond. And he climbs down, comes up to you, looks you up and down. It's like, I heard you died yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to hear it did not stick.
Me too. He's just Eisen's kind of just got like a bit of a he's still kind of just like, especially like knowing who Eisen is, dying is kind of like one of those things that's just like he's not sure how to like handle that. He knows why he did it.
Still
Which if somebody asks, they might get that question, they might get that answer, but like it's kind of like everybody knows, if you've been listening, who Eisen is and what his kind of motivations are, and that like dying's kind of one of those things that like for someone like him would be very almost ego bruising. So he's kind of just like, I don't know how to handle this. Like I don't know what to do. Like it's a bit weird. Like it's both like he's almost in a weird kind of just like foggy state of like he doesn't, because it's almost like a big change of character for him. He doesn't really know what's happening.
Ramon sort of like just sits there, like you guys are like on a bench, sits there quietly with you, and he turns to you and goes, "What did you see on the other side?"
Place I'd been before. In a person I'd rather not see again until I have to.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about death. You get a little of what you like, and a lot of what you don't. I'm glad you're back. He looks around the city.
Honestly, I wasn't really aware I was gone.
That's always how it is the first time. You can
I can kind of infer that he's died before, or is that something I can make?
you
a
can
check?
also you can roll an insight check on that.
19 plus 8, so 27.
Ramond, how good is your deception? His deception is a plus 13, so
Good lord.
Well, that's pretty fucking good. Like,
expertise, baby. It's a hell of a thing.
is he trying to hide it though? Like, he said that very casually. Like,
Helicat.
He's trying to hide something, but you're able to kind of see through it. And it's like, and he like you like kind of give him a look, and he like looks back at you. It's as odd as this would sound, because nobody plans on dying, but if you can avoid it the second time, you'll be better off.
kind of gives him the.
It gets, and he like looks you. He looks you in the eye, and like this is probably the most serious you've ever seen him. It gets harder and harder each time, and sometimes those who we would rather not have to give up much more than we would consider worthy of ourselves. And he stares off into the city, and you can tell that he's somewhere else at a different time. Then he blinks, kind of shakes his head momentarily. We all have a lot of work left to do, my friend. A city to rebuild. An enemy to chase down. And he like looks at you, and kind of like the dust and dents in your armor, and like all of the signs of battle about you. And Jutri, you still have a world to save. Kind of pats you on the shoulder. Good luck with that. And he rescales the building, gives you a salute, and heads off deeper into the city, leaving you to your privacy.
I kind of want to go by the place where I train those kids.
Okay, you're able to find it easily enough. It's since it was the guard barracks, it's worse for wear. One of the buildings is pretty much entirely gone. All the rest of them, there was 3 buildings. One of them's just gone. The other 2 are almost entirely collapsed. Like you see, like there's like a couple of corners and an archway that was once a door. The field is pockmarked with like explosions and discarded arrows and things like that. It was very clear a lot of fighting happened here. Are you looking for anything specific, or?
Was there anyone around?
No, it's quiet. It's still early morning. Like you can hear like guard patrols in the street, obviously, but like no one's really. It's very much got like an after.
I mean, I want to know where they are.
Oh, where the kids are, where the guards are.
The kids.
Roll me a perception check to see if you can find a guard.
A soft 20.
Soft 20. You're able to like kind of like walk around for about 10 minutes. You find you're able to find one of the guards, ask the question. He's like, Christ, all of the kids, most of the young children, anyone under 14 age, most of them were evacuated. They either left the city or they were probably deeper in already, so they wouldn't catch brunt of the fight. And then, like, he looks at you and like there's a sort of dawning moment of realization. It's like, for your lot, I know most of them are at one of the camps in the city, closer to the entertainment district, if you're looking for them specifically. I know I think that's where a lot of people ended up who were in this sort of section of the city.
Thanks the guard and how much money do I have?
At the moment, I don't think a lot. I think
I know, I
Amiri
don't
is
have much.
I think Amiri is
I
the
got
richest
300.
person.
I'm gonna toss him.
Before you can even do anything, is like appreciate it, but you saved the entire fucking city. You don't need to toss me a gold for telling you where something is.
Yeah, I do. Just because everybody had their part to play. Please, you and your men have a drink on me.
He takes
And
it.
How much does a drink usually cost?
Like a silver, so you're paying for
Okay.
a round, basically.
Yeah, for everybody. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I want it to be for like the company of whoever. Like,
a gold would be enough.
okay.
That wouldn't be too terrible. They get like a pitcher of beer or something. It's plenty. I assume as you head deeper into the city to try to find, are you trying to find the kids specifically, or all right? You head deeper into the city.
Well, because I know he actually gave. He's concerned.
You're able to head deeper into the city. The destruction gets less intense the deeper you go in. And as you arrive at this like, hastily put together like tent town, you roll me another perception check, please.
18.
18. You're able to see most of the kids that you trained. They're running around. Some of them, like one's got like an arm in a sling. The other one's like kind of sitting down with some crutches. So didn't all escaped. None of them not all of them escaped like unharmed, but you like eventually you stand there for like 15, 20 minutes, and like eventually at some point you're able to make a head count of every single one of them. It appears at least all of them were able to survive the fight.
With like a bit of a sense of like a big kind of like just sigh. It's kind of like a weight off of him. And do any of them notice him?
They're all very preoccupied. They've got like their families around and stuff like that. The general air of the camp is very much still like, oh my God, we survived. Families are still reuniting. It's a lot of very organized chaos in the tent town right now.
After getting is there anything that needs doing?
At this exact moment, not really. It's still very much the aftermath of a disaster. So like those first like day or two where everyone's just like, the shock is still sort of there.
Then kind of just internally kind of just relief and smiles to himself and turns and walks away.
All right. As you head deeper into the city or back to the tipsy table.
He's kind of just, I think he's seen what he needs.
Okay.
And he's just taking his time on his way back. Maybe takes a different route just to see.
Yeah. Again, the city, it's very much the outskirts of the city near the walls are the worse for wear, but with the arrival of Red Arth and Amriel and Arcalarius' fleet, what you all imagine could have happened is very much been mitigated slightly. And as you arrive back to the tipsy table, you take a moment, just kind of like a breath again, as the first day of, a lot of very difficult work ahead of you, but like just like that first day, kind of like, okay, on to the next. And that is where we will end our episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media platforms at Dances with Dice. And when you use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart whenever you make things for the show, we will use you as named NPCs. Please follow us on all of our social medias and join us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.